Hello friends, welcome again. Friends, in today's video lecture, we are going to discuss theatre of absurd as an important literary term which is used in postmodern literature. Postmodern literature, that means the literature produced during the second half of the 20th century. Friends, during this period of postmodernism, we come across a type of drama which was very popular among the readers, which is entitled as theatre of absurd. Theatre here means drama, drama of absurdity, and this movement is actually connected with postmodern dramas which were written from 1950s onwards till 1980s or 1990s. It is believed that this movement of theatre of absurd actually emerges from another two movements, namely existentialism and surrealism. And the scholars and the historians of English literature believe that this movement comes to the end when Samuel Beckett dies in 1989. Now the first question that comes to our mind is who coined this new term theatre of absurd? Then remember this name, the name of this Hungarian critic Martin Esslin. Martin Esslin was the first scholar to give this title Theatre of Absurd in 1962 when he published a book. The title of that book was The Theatre of Absurd. Now, Martin Esslin himself has given the definition of theatre of absurd. Let's have a look at this definition. Let's try to understand it as it is here on the screen. The theatre of absurd, according to him, is a theatrical embodiment. Embodiment means something which is projected, made lively. The dramatist makes something lively, vital. What? Existentialism. The movement of existentialism was prevalent during the 20th century, and theatre of absurd is an offshoot of this existentialism. In such drama, we have part reality, and half nightmare. So let's try to understand it in detail. Theatre of absurd. Here the word absurd means what? Absurd means meaninglessness. Absurd means useless. Absurd means out of harmony. Absurd means senseless. So something which is meaningless, something which is useless is called absurd. Now, this kind of drama which became very popular during the 20th century, this drama tries to present the meaninglessness of human life, meaninglessness of human relations and actions and dialogues and everything during the postmodern era. Absurd drama, this type of drama, it conveys the central idea that life is meaningless and it will end someday abruptly. We don't know when it will end, but life is meaningless. Many times I ask my students, have you asked a question to yourself, what is the meaning of my life? Then I am sure most of us don't know the exact answer of why I am living my life. So that shows us that our life during postmodern era has become empty, it has the quality of nothingness, and it is meaningless. So such meaninglessness and such unresolved mysteries of life are generally presented by the dramatists in their plays. Now, let's try to understand how this new kind of drama emerged during the postmodern era. Then, for that, you need to look at the history of the world. You must be aware that the World War II took place on this earth, and as a result about 70 to 85 million people had lost their lives, and as a result all around the world, in all the countries, there was a common feeling of frustration, of meaninglessness found in among the human beings. I mean, the modern man of 1950s and 60s was a frustrated man. A kind of negativity, a kind of pessimism was found among such people. And this negativity or this pessimism is projected by the dramatists in theatre of absurd. Remember this title, The Myth of Sisyphus. This is considered as the first drama in the genre of theatre of absurd. The Myth of Sisyphus, written by Albert Camus, is considered as the pioneering work in this field of theatre of absurd. In this drama, the protagonist, the character, is trying to roll up a huge stone up on the mountain, right? But then he is not successful. He comes down, the man comes down, and the stone also comes down. Again he tries, again the stone comes back. So this process goes on and the drama comes to the end. That means man is trying or running after material comforts, running after happiness and all, but actually he dies someday. He doesn't know when his life is going to end. So all his efforts all throughout his life, they prove to be futile, they prove to be meaningless and useless. Now let's have a look at what are the important features of theatre of absurd. Now, if you compare this drama with a traditional drama, then there is a sharp difference. Why? Because in theatre of absurd, this drama is anti-character. Here, some illogical or some mad kind of characters, irrational characters are generally presented by the dramatist. If you read Waiting for Godot, in this drama, two characters, they sit on the chair and they keep on talking with each other, and this is how the whole drama comes to the end, and their dialogues, their personality is not developed here by the dramatist. So such is the drama theatre of absurd, where the traditional idea of the development of character is not found in such plays. Moreover, as far as dialogue is concerned, this theatre of absurd is also anti-dialogue. Why? Because in generally, we believe that language is an important element of any drama. But in absurd drama, language is very much obscure. Obscure means very difficult to understand. You cannot even guess what the character is speaking and what the character is going to speak in the next scene. Okay, so the statements are very much disorderly placed here in the lips of the characters, and the language is very much irregular and unpredictable. Not only this, as far as plot construction of such drama is concerned, in traditional drama, the dramatist follows proper beginning, proper middle, proper end. He follows unity of time, place and action. But in theatre of absurd, all these norms and regulations, rules are violated by the dramatist. Here, there is no unity of action. Actions are presented in a haphazard manner. In fact, there is less action in such play. Nothing happens, nothing comes, and nothing goes. Okay, in Waiting for Godot, audience cannot even guess the result of the play. You do not know when the two boys what the two boys are doing there, what they are talking, and where they will go at the end of the play. So this is another thing. The fourth important feature of such absurd play is that the idea around which such plays revolve is meaninglessness of human existence. Moreover, cruelty of postmodern man has also been the subject matter of theatre of absurd. Here you find, a less compassion or less love and respect among man and man. So lack of compassion among human beings, and another important thing is isolation. Everyone in this world is feeling akela despite being in a mela, right? So a kind of feeling of loneliness is also one of the subject matters of all absurd plays during the 20th century. Friends, Harold Pinter, another important dramatist of theatre of absurd, when he published The Birthday Party, it became so popular, and it was all the presentations were going full house, and one lady was as an audience. The lady watched the play, she came back and she wrote a letter to Harold Pinter. This letter here is on the screen. You'll be surprised to know that the lady could not understand the meaning of the play, and she wrote a letter to Harold Pinter where she said that, I watched your play, Mr. Harold Pinter, but I have these following questions. Who are these two men? Question number 1. Question number 2, where did Stanley come from? Stanley is the major character, the protagonist of The Birthday Party. And question number 3, where they all are supposed to go at the end of the play. And the reply to this letter written by Harold Pinter is also popular. He wrote that, Dear Madam, I shall be obliged if you could please answer the following questions. Question number 1, who are you? So the point is, the dramatist wants to tell us that even we don't know who we are. So how does a dramatist know who this character is? Question number 2, where do you come from? Do we know where do we come from and where we are going after death? No, right? So that is our whole existence is meaningless. And question number 3, are you supposed to be normal? Do you think you are going to live a normal life? No. So such complexity or such meaninglessness has been presented by all major dramatists of theatre of absurd. Now, who are the major dramatists and which are the major works in this field? Then remember this name, Samuel Beckett. He has written Waiting for Godot and Endgame. These two are very popular by Samuel Beckett. Eugene Ionesco also wrote Rhinoceros and How to Get Rid of It. These two, again by Eugene, are very popular in this field. Jean Genet, The Balcony, Arthur Adamo, Le Ping Pong, and Harold Pinter's The Birthday Party, The Dumb Walter, and The Dumb Waiter, and The Homecoming. These are some of the important works in the field of theatre of absurd. So friends, here we come to the conclusion of this presentation. Let's recall the whole discussion by saying that the theatre of absurd is a new movement of the postmodern world. Postmodern world means we are talking about the second half of the 20th century. This type of drama mainly reflect the world after the World War II, and this play is anti-character, anti-dialogue, and anti-plot. In fact, you can say it is anti-drama, and meaninglessness and futile useless human existence is the major theme of such plays. So friends, here I come to the end of this presentation. If you have really liked this video, please share it among your friends and classmates. Thank you. Thank you very much.